In the Sahara forest, Bill, the Sahara is a desert. He said it is now. Now, there was a guy who had an attitude that I think he'll agree was absolutely a positive one. Kind of like the lady who on her 100th birthday was being treated by her hairdresser to a free beauty treatment. And as they were talking, and the beauty dresser said to her, "You know, you are exactly twice as old as I am." Then it got awfully quiet, and the lady getting the permanent null looked terribly depressed. She said, "What's the matter?" And she said, "I was just thinking, who on earth am I going to get to take care of my hair when you get too old to do it?" Now, you see, there is a lady who was an optimistic person. A lot of people go prepared. I heard about this fellow that was at a banquet. He was a banquet speaker. And for the food that evening, there was a Greek salad, and there was an olive seed in it. Well, you know, olive seeds are terrifically hard. They're like rocks. Well, he bit down on it and broke his plate. Well, he was very distressed, and he said to the guy next to him, "I don't know what I'm going to do. My plate's broken." The guy said, "That's no problem." He reached in his pocket and he pulled out a plate. He said, "See if this will fit." And the guy slipped it on, and he said, "No, it's too big." He said, "No problem." He reached in another pocket, pulled out another one, he put it in. He said, "No, this one's too little." He reached in yet a third pocket, pulled out another one. The guy slipped it on. Perfect fit. He said, "Man, how lucky can you get? Here I am, break my plate, and I sit down next to a dentist." He said, "I'm not a dentist. I'm an undertaker." I mean, you know, now, things are not always as they seem. There was a guy who was prepared. Now, I want to say, as we look at a goals program, that life is very much like a cafeteria line. A number of years ago, the redhead and I, now if you've been listening, you know that the redhead is the way I lovingly refer to my wife at her request. The redhead and I, we saw this new cafeteria. Some of you might remember it. It was Romano's, just opened out on North Central Expressway. And we knew it was going to be good because the line was always out the door. Well, we're not willing to wait that long in line, so we kept going past. And then one day we rode past, and we couldn't see a line, so I said, "Hey, it looks like we can get in there today. Let's go." We parked, walked in, and we understood why the line was not outside, because it was wound all over the building. Well, they already parked, so we got in line, and as we walked down the line about 30 feet long this away, we were talking, of course, and we got down to the end of the line, turned around, and there's another line of 30 people, so we're still walking and talking, and we walked down this away, and we got down to that one, and there's another line of 30 people. But this time, we could see the food. And as we walked down the line, I said to myself, "Now I'm going to get me some of that, and I want me some of that. Yeah, that looks good. I'll have me some of that. I want some of that." I love to eat in cafeterias. I like to see what I'm going to eat before I choose it. And so I'd already made up my mind. Now that's important, because I don't care how prodigious your appetite is, you cannot eat some of everything that's on the line. Now, when I got down to the end of that line, there were the trays and the silver, and so I got in line, and I said, "I'll have me some of that, and I want me some of that, and give me some of that, and I'll take some of that, and yeah, I want some of that." Well, I didn't delay anybody. I knew what I wanted. Got to the end of the line, I reached in, took out my money. The lady at the end of the line held up her hand, and she said, "No, you don't pay for it until you get ready to leave." I said, "You mean you're going to let me eat all this food before I pay for it?" She said, "Yeah, that's just the way we do it." Now, I have thought about that a lot of times. Life is exactly like a cafeteria line, inasmuch as we've got so many things to choose from. And in that cafeteria line, you get to eat and then you pay. Now, life is not like a cafeteria line, because in life, you pay and then you eat. Your employer will make you work from 2 to 4 weeks before he or she will give you a dime. That's the way we treat our people. We make them work before we give them the pay. The farmer plants the crop, he raises it, he fertilizes it, does all of the things, then and only then can it go to the marketplace and he be rewarded for his effort. The student studies their lessons. Then they take the test, then they graduate, then they receive the award. But the point is very simple. You've got to do those things in order for things to happen for you. You got to do those.